Well, let's go for a ride. And what I want to discuss why I think STROMER is like a DeLorean, but better. Okay, imagine this. I start researching e-bikes about, a year ago. Well, a little longer than that. And I go into this shop that's only e-bikes. And when I walk in the door, guess what I see? And what do I see? I open the front door and boom, I see this. And I'm like, all right. And so when I first met Alan, I asked him, what are these? And he said, they're STROMER. And for the longest time, I couldn't say STROMER right. I even once said a different name. When I first saw him, I thought, that is so much different than any bike that I've ever seen, other than my BMW 1200 CR Phoenix. And when you see it, you're like, what is that? That is just a special bike. So after being in there after a while, knowing what kind of e-bike I thought I wanted, and I saw the STROMERs, and I asked about them. And Alan said, yeah, that's an ST5. Now this is a picture of an ST5. And when you see it, you're like, wow, what is that? That is just such a cool bike. And when I seen it, I knew it was different. But I've kind of seen it before. But not as a bike, but as a car. And after I owned my ST1, which is not an ST5, it's an ST1, but that gray color, that's almost like a matte, but yet it shines. After giving it a thought, and just sitting one day and went, you know what that reminds me of? Especially since this happens when I have to take the battery out. Take my battery out. It reminds me of this, a DeLorean. Look at that. You know how the DeLorean has the gold wing doors. And I think the STROMER is like that. It's just like this unique, like elegant but yet tough looking bike without the drawbacks of the DeLorean. I'm sure if DeLorean hadn't done some of the things he did, I mean, there's some good documentaries on DeLorean. And the guy that designed the car to begin with, I think it would have been a really reliable car. And that's what STROMER is. It's a really reliable bike. Have I had some problems with my STROMER? No, I can't say I really have. I mean, anything that's ever gone bad with it, I've been able to, the next day, been able to just either look on the web or call Alan up from e-bikes of Holmes County, and like that, it's back and running just fine. And which update, I'm gonna get ST5 tires put on it, and I think that'll make it ride smoother. Maybe acceleration will be faster, But this is just my point of view. Doesn't mean that I'm right. But when you stop and you look at the Stromer, and then you look at this picture, you go, oh yeah, I kind of see it now. It does look like a DeLorean. I keep hearing that, like, Stromer is the Tesla of e-bikes. No, because as much as I like Teslas, I mean, I don't hate them. I'm not in love with them. I think the technology is pretty awesome. But when you look at a Tesla, it kind of just looks like every other car. But when you look at like a DeLorean is a DeLorean. And that's what I think about Stromer. I think Stromer is a Stromer. You know, when you look at the ST1, the ST2, the ST3, yeah, you can say, yeah, I can see all the similarities between all the models. But a Stromer looks like a Stromer. I mean, there are a couple other models out there that are close that look like a Stromer, but a Stromer is a Stromer. And I just love the way that it looks. It's got this look like it's mean, but yet it's like you could take it to a dinner date. I know I can't take it to a dinner date, but you know what I'm trying to say here is you could show up and people be like, all right, he's a little different. Nothing wrong with that. So that's my take, is that I think that the Stromer is not the Tesla of e-bikes, but is the DeLorean of e-bikes with reliability. Because, like Doc said to Marty, I figured I go back in time in style. And that's what I think. I'm gonna ride in style. So I'm gonna ride with reliability and style. On that, I'm ending the video, and thank you for watching.